Hi everyone, I'm Eliza and I'm the Director of Counseling at McLean Bible. And I'm here with another question today. This time it's about addiction, and I'm really grateful for this because I think it's going to help a lot of people. Here's the question. It says, I've struggled with addiction much of my life. Being home has recently made my fight to stay sober much harder. Any help? Yes, happy to help in some direction. And one of the things I'm going to say, I'm not going to specifically address any specific addiction. So I want this to be helpful for whether your addiction is to alcohol, drugs, food, pornography, or whatever it is. Hopefully you'll be able to find some help through some of these things. So first thing I will say is don't isolate. That's so important whenever you're dealing with besetting sin like addiction is. You don't want to isolate. And the first person you don't want to isolate from is the Lord. Let me read to you this passage. It's Psalm 32, and it's verses 3 through 5. It says, For when I kept silent, my bones wasted away through my groaning all day long. For day and night your hand was heavy upon me, and my strength was dried up as by the heat of summer. But I acknowledged my sin to you, and I did not cover my iniquity. I said, I will confess my transgression to the Lord, and you forgave my sin. That's such a good picture of the Lord's disposition towards us. He wants us to come out of hiding. He knows that that's where sin grows, is in the dark. So bringing this to light, asking this question is such a good step. So bringing it to light and not isolating, so bring it to the Lord. And then I would really encourage you to bring this to a trusted friend. This question where you're saying, I'm struggling a lot more right now. Share that with somebody who's close to you, who understands the path that you're on. But don't isolate. That's the key thing. The other thing is to set some parameters. This is where it can feel a little bit like focused on behavior, and we want to work on the heart and what God is doing in your heart, but sometimes you got to actually deal with the behavior as well. So set parameters with the things that are most tempting for you. If you need to take your computer and give it to somebody else in the house at night when you are ready for bed, give it to them. If they're still going to work, have them take it to work with them if that's going to be helpful for you. Remove the substances from your house that are tempting for you. That's going to be really important, is to set those parameters so that you don't find yourself tempted and then having the ability to give in to that temptation. And prioritize healthy ways to manage your emotions. Probably one of the biggest ways you can do that is through connection. I think that's going to be really important. And know that there are online counselors who are going completely virtual right now with their sessions, as well as support groups that are online. But I would also encourage you to contact your pastor. See what kind of groups are still going on at your church. Don't think that you have to fight this alone. So prioritize healthy ways of managing your stress, your emotions, and so forth. But also acknowledge that a new approach is going to be necessary. With addiction, structure is so key, and so change can be really hard. Nobody really likes change, and especially when change has been such a key part of your sobriety. But acknowledge that some things are going to have to look different, and your support's not going to look the same, but that doesn't mean that you can't get the support you need. So start with creating a plan for yourself. Think about ways that you might pursue looking into online support, but also create a plan for just your day, your regular day. Set a schedule for yourself, including tomorrow. So start right now and think about tomorrow and schedule your day tomorrow. What are you going to eat? What chores are you going to do? When are you going to shower? When are you going to maybe get a little bit of exercise? And create a schedule, because we know that structure is so important when you're dealing with addiction. One of the things that I would really encourage you to schedule in is schedule connection. Who can you maybe call or FaceTime or email and connect with, to share with them how you're doing with your struggle, to pray with them, to get them to pray with you. So those are some areas that could be helpful in this battle as you're dealing with addiction. Know that things have to change, but it doesn't mean that there isn't help and support there. Thanks so much for sharing this question. I think it's really helpful, very important topic. All right, thanks guys.